Rome wasn't just a city, it was a force, shaping laws, culture, and engineering for thousands of years. But Rome isn't just about marble statues and grand empires. It's a story of messy politics, epic rivalries, and a fragile balance of power that we still see reflected in our world today. To really understand ancient Rome, we've got to start with the myth. Imagine this: two abandoned twins, a she-wolf, a murder, and the founding of a city. This isn't Netflix drama. It's Rome's origin story. The legend goes like this: Romulus and Remus, twin sons of a princess and Mars, the god of war, were destined for greatness. As babies, they were abandoned by the river, rescued by a she-wolf or lupa, and grew up strong and ambitious. When the time came to build a city, sibling rivalry turned deadly, and Romulus killed Remus, naming the settlement after himself. In 753 BC, Rome was born. The answer is no. Archaeologists think Rome was founded not by wolf-nursed warriors, but by humble shepherds and farmers, united to create a small village along the Palatine Hill, near the Tiber River. But whether fact or fiction, the vision was clear. Rome wasn't just going to be a city, it was going to be the city. Rome's first phase wasn't glamorous. It started humbly as the Roman kingdom, a period marked by innovation and early attempts at governance. For more than 200 years, Rome was ruled by kings and continued to grow, thanks to influences from powerful neighbors like the Etruscans. What's fascinating is how much Rome borrowed. The Etruscans, for example, introduced the idea of massive urban development. Temples, walls, and even Rome's first sewer system, the Cloaca Maxima, which kept the city's water clean. But Rome wasn't just building roads, it was building an identity. From the Roman army's early formations to religious practices honoring Mars and Jupiter, the foundations of Roman civilization were developing. However, every kingdom has its dark side. The last king of Rome, Tarquin the Proud, gained such a reputation for tyranny and abuse that the Romans had enough. They staged a revolution to kick him out, and just like that, Rome entered its next chapter, the birth of the Roman Republic. But could it handle the chaos of democracy? The Roman Republic was far from a modern democracy. This innovative yet unstable system divided power between three branches. Two annually elected consuls who served as joint executives, a senate dominated by patrician aristocrats, and popular assemblies representing the plebeian class. The patricians, Rome's hereditary elite, controlled most wealth and political influence through their senate majority, while the plebeians, craftsmen, farmers, and soldiers constantly struggled for greater representation. It was the original class struggle. This fundamental imbalance sparked centuries of social conflict, including plebeian revolts and strikes that forced gradual political reforms. The result? Land reforms and major milestones like the 12 Tables in 450 BC, Rome's first written laws. These laws set up early systems of property rights and punishments, concepts that are the bedrock of our legal systems today. But while they were reforming their government, Rome's military was conquering. They defeated rivals throughout Italy and later expanded to dominate the Mediterranean during the brutal Punic Wars. Fun fact: one of Rome's greatest enemies, Hannibal, marched elephants across the Alps to fight Roman troops. Spoiler alert, Rome eventually won, and by 146 BC, the Roman Republic controlled territories spanning from Spain to Greece. If you think Roman politics were chaotic before, this is where things get intense. Enter Julius Caesar, the man who defined ambition. Caesar wasn't just a general. He was the ancient version of a social media influencer, crafting his image through coins, speeches, and epic war diaries. Caesar's fame soared. Ambition threatened the Senate. Caesar defied them, crossed Rubicon, declared war. Caesar wasn't messing around. He took control of Rome and declared himself dictator for life, unprecedented in a republic. But that kind of power doesn't come without enemies. Caesar thought he was untouchable, until 60 senators decided otherwise. What went wrong? In 44 BC, Caesar was assassinated on the Ides of March. He walked into the Senate House, expecting to be honored, only to find himself surrounded by over 60 senators, each with a knife. The final act of betrayal. when his friend Brutus plunged a dagger into him, cemented his downfall and sparked a civil war. P.S. The Ides of March wasn't just a day. It was basically Rome's tax deadline. Caesar's killers picked it on purpose to send a message. Caesar's death ignited civil war. Rome's fate forever changed. Out of the ashes of the Republic rose Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir. After defeating rival factions, Octavian took the title Augustus, becoming Rome's first emperor in 27 BC. And so began the Roman Empire. The arrival of Augustus marked the start of a golden age, known as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace. For 200 years, Rome enjoyed stability and extraordinary achievements. Think of it. Roads like the Appian Way connected the empire. Aqueducts delivered fresh water to millions. And monuments like the Colosseum were built to entertain massive crowds. Rome wasn't just influential. It was legendary. Its innovations in law, architecture, and culture spread far beyond its borders. But as they say, even the greatest empires fall. By the 3rd century AD, cracks appeared in Rome's foundation. There were multiple causes: political corruption, economic instability, and invasions by groups like the Visigoths and Vandals, who, seeing a weakened empire, moved in and carved out their own territories. Imagine waking up to the sound of barbarian horns echoing through Rome's streets. The Eternal City, now burning. The sack of Rome in 410 AD by the Visigoths wasn't a fatal blow, but it was a devastating psychological one, showing the world that even the Eternal City could fall. In 476 AD, the Western Roman Empire officially collapsed, overtaken by barbarian tribes. But here's the thing. Rome's influence didn't end. The Eastern Roman Empire, or Byzantine Empire, carried its legacy for centuries, and the ideas forged during Rome's height, its laws, engineering, and philosophy still shape our world today. From mythical twins to world domination, Rome's rise and fall teach us that greatness is never static. Its history is a testament to what a society can build with ambition and what it can lose to arrogance. Rome evolved, inspired, and ultimately left a legacy that's still alive today. A reminder that the echoes of the past are never far away. So, was Rome's fall inevitable? Could it have survived with better leaders? Or was collapse baked into its DNA? Drop your thoughts below, and if you want the untold story of Rome's craziest emperors, let me know for part 2.